the Nuwaupian nation of Moors, that's why I asked earlier exactly what type of entity that is. If that is a nation or a state or a corporation, a religious organization.
Or a cult. Which one?
Or
which one you want?
Either or. They're all entities. They're all religious entities. But which one did the Nuwaupian nation of Moors fall under? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to use nation if they're not in the status of a separate and distinct nation. Now, I just wanted to reference John versus Doe versus the Holy See, which was a lawsuit concerning sovereign immunity status of the Holy See in relation to the Catholic sexual abuse scandals in the United States. In November 2009, the case was awaiting impute from the Solicitor General of the United States before the Supreme Court, which granted a writ of certiorari. The main question of law in the case is whether Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act allowed the Holy See, which was a sovereign state in international law, to be sued for acts of the Catholic clergy. The lawsuit was brought in the United States District Court for the District of Oregon by a plaintiff known as John versus Doe, who alleged who alleged abuse by Father Ronan in Portland, Oregon around 1965 after Ronan was moved from Ireland after admitting abuse there. The case was appealed by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit as cases where it was heard by circuit judges. And the plaintiffs argued that the local bishops were employees of the Vatican. And Roman canonists have stated plenty of times before that the Second Vatican Council and the Code of Canon Law gave full authority to the bishops within their capacities as diocesan administrators.
Now, what's interesting about that, and to build on that and segue back into what the brother was just talking about, I think that's why I said I asked for opening remarks, because I think to put this in scope where you could deal with the moral issue of what he was convicted for and the commercial issue, and this is the point here. The point is also on the issue of being a cult. Now, in countries like Brazil and certain countries in Africa, states in Africa, certain other places, they have the term cult written into their constitution. You could check out Brazil's constitution, and they put religion and cult on the same level. And you know, some people say cult come from culture, whatever the case may be. The fact is that legally, when we look at the legal status of what a cult is internationally, it has the same standing as a religion would or a fraternal order.
Or religious.
One of the things is because one of the things that I'm stressing too is whether he was guilty of it or not, was it by them claiming to be United Nuwaubian Nation of Moors, a nation, right? Would that give the United States jurisdiction to hear that? Because if they were a nation, then there should have been people within that national structure to put him on trial for these things. Officers of the law. You see what I'm saying? So
that's right.
That's one of the things that we got to look at too, because we can't look at if the U.S. convicted him because he did do it, okay, then that's one argument. That's one point of view. The other point of view that addresses us as a whole is the fact of if that was taking place, then if they was a nation and they had their own land, then there should have been some law instituted on that land to be able to prosecute those kinds of offenses and crimes within that particular society, no matter who you are. You know, but claiming to be their sovereign, then in a legal sense or a lawful sense, it would exempt himself from even their jurisdiction. See, this is why we got to be technical about when we talk about nation building, because we got to be able to handle our own. The reason that those priests got away with doing that was because of the Vatican and their status, and the fact that because of the Vatican and its status, they have their own tribunals. So one of the flaws was, if he even brought up that there's a Cherokee Moorish court of venue, that entity is non-existent as far as a legal entity in relation especially to the non-legal or legal entity we haven't confirmed yet of the United Nuwaupian Nation of Moors. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the points I want to stress as well.
Well, there was no litigation coming from the United Nuwaupian Nation of Moors in that particular case. It was strictly between the straws of Docs and the United States of America.
Hey, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, back to the I want to reference back to the part what you said about the land. You know, when people have their land, you know, that's part of the nation building process. I don't know if y'all, you know, somebody just gave me his number, told me to call in. But I just want to say maybe a month or so, maybe 2 months before the raid went down on their land out there, they put a for sale sign out front, right? So at that point, he had made up in his mind that he was about to flee, right? So when he put that for sale sign up, he sold them out.
Let
me chime in right quick. I've never heard that. I've been studying Nuwaupu for the last couple of years. I've heard, you know, a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, surrounding dealing with this case. I'm actually out in Athens, Georgia right now.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, that's just something that I've never heard. And I'm not saying that I've heard it all. We do got some people out there that really don't like Dr. York. And you could be one of them, you know what I mean? But that's not, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Well, bro, I don't like child molesters. It's nothing about Dwight York. I don't like child molesters. That's what it's boiled down to. And we can talk about sovereign. We can talk about nation. We can talk because I followed Dr. York for 20 years, bro. And I got small children. So when we gonna bring up this issue, really jurisdictionally and all that, he's in jail because he's supposed to be in jail, right? He's in there. He was convicted of those acts. And these people are.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. I think that as men, okay, you know, Michael I mean, at the time, and he went to court twice for it. Michael Jackson, we all know that he was touching and being with them little boys. But I heard so many people say, leave Michael alone. Y'all know he didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Now, all I'm saying is this fact. I'm just saying this fact. We got to remove our emotion from it. Look at what we're saying, because this is when we get into the Aboriginal Law Institute, because that's what you are calling into. I understand that you know, somebody just gave you the number and call in. But, you know, we deal with the legalities and the lawful nature of what took place. Now, when you say that, okay, he's in there because he's supposed to be, you're talking about morality. Okay, got you. Okay, that's your point of view, and that's what you're saying. What I'm saying is, when we look at the legalities, because we talk about nation building here, we're talking about who had the jurisdiction to hear that case, irregardless of the emotion. This is my point, because when you look into those statutes and codes, you don't find any emotion. The United States was not moving off the emotion that they didn't like Dr. York because he molested those babies. They were moving on him specifically for technical reasons, purposes, and issues. And they could have got him any time for the kind of stuff he was saying.
Okay, well, let me see. Okay, let's
my point.
Let's rewind the tape, and I respect that. And I respect that. But let's rewind the tape a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, you said this is not dealing with moral issues.
No, because morals come out of ethics. And even the colorable officers of those courts are bound by ethics. I'm talking about, let's talk about this from a legal context. That's right. That's what this is about. Okay. One of the things being, if they was a nation, then what was existing or what flaws existed in that particular organization to where they couldn't deal with it, because all you're saying when you say he's in there because he's supposed to be in there is to say that they got jurisdiction over us. Whether you like them or not, the issue is who was supposed to prosecute him. That's one of the points that, you know what I mean, I'm bringing across.
You the brother from Athens?
No. I'm brother Cheyenne. I'm Cheyenne. I'm
okay. Not. Okay. See, what you just qualified as an answer is typically what Dwight would do, right? you would gloss. Wait, let me finish. Can I finish? No. I'm
gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
Come on,
I'm gonna let you finish. I am. What I'm trying to let you understand is that what you just said was false. I gotta object to that. This particular show, the Aboriginal Law Institute, that's not what Dr. York would have said or anything. This is not coming from him. I don't have any emotion when I look at this situation because I'm a reasonable man. I don't know what took place. I can tell you that his writings and his works is one thing, but what he had in his personal life, I don't know because I wasn't around the man, and I don't know the people who even claim to say that he did it to him. So I can't speak on things that I don't know about. I'm going to talk about specifically the legal and lawful nature of it based on the fact that this show and this entity that we're moving through deals with lawful